Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going over the entire new Nabla Cosmetics Cutie Collection. This right here. It was sent to me in PR. In here, there's 3 different cutie bundles and I'm going to show each of them to you. I'm going to do a look with each of them. So 3 different looks and I'm going to show you guys the swatches and then my thoughts at the end. So here inside we have the bundles, each in a different little box. So I'm just going to go through them one by one. You can purchase these as a bundle or separately. Say if you want the palette, the lipstick, or the stylo, you can buy them separately. But this one is the Metropolitan bundle. Here's the Metropolitan Cutie palette. I love the packaging, all cardboard. You have a mirror on the inside and then these are the shades for this one. This color right here, to die for. This is the one that I am currently wearing. Then we have the lipstick. This is in the shade Metropolitan. I have this, I'm wearing it right on top of my kitten liner. It's a beautiful kind of peachy brown nude. And then the Cupid's Arrow number 2. This is a stylo. You can twist them up. This is much darker right there. You can fill in your lip with this. You can use it as a liner however you want. I used one of them one of the days just by itself and it's such a beautiful nude. But there are the 2 colors. I'm going to show you guys all of the swatches. On the Nabla Cosmetics website, it reads that this precious bundle includes the Cutie Palette Metropolitan, which features sumptuous and modern shades with luminous and 3-dimensional finishes. Cupid's Arrow number 2, a multi-use long-lasting stylo pencil, and a Glam Touch lipstick in Metropolitan. Then we have the Wild Berry bundle. I think I had the most fun with this one because I went all out, and this shade right here is gorgeous. Let me take out the palette. You have the little berries all over the cardboard packaging. Again, you've got the mirror, and then these are the shades. And the one that I was just talking about, what is this called? Alchemy 2.0. You just wait. You just wait. The Wildberry lipstick, and then Arrow number 3. You're going to see these applied as a liner and a lipstick when I finish this look. The Wildberry Cutie palette is inspired by shades of red fruits with luminous and 3-dimensional finishes. The Cupid's Arrow number 3 is in here as well as the Glam Touch lipstick in Wildberry. And then lastly, the Platinum bundle. This one almost looks like metal on the packaging, like almost like shards of metal that have been sanded down, and then you have the metallic writing on here. It's really pretty. And then the shades, I can do so much with this, and I really wanted to do a super smoky eye and then just use the silver, but I was like, I've done that before. So I tried to do something that was just a little bit different, but man, this one can give such a good smoky eye with these ultra metallic shades. Oh, it'd be so good. And then the Platinum lipstick. This is the only one I have not used actually on my lips. This is what it looks like. I instead went in with the stylo for this look because I loved this color. And you just twist them up to use them. This nude right here, just perfection. It's perfection. This bundle includes the Cutie palette in Platinum with its elegant shades inspired by precious metals, Cupid's Arrow number 1, and then the Glam Touch lipstick in Platinum. Now that you guys have seen the swatches, let's get into the 3 different looks and then I'll give you guys my feedback. Zoeva 227 and Venom. Starting on the outer corner, just kind of tapping this into place. Going about halfway over the lid. And then I'm going to slowly start working this upward. Focusing it mainly on the outer corner. And then that will fade it into the inner portion of the crease and transition area. I'm doing this very slowly because this is very pigmented. Clean Smith 247. Just kind of going right around here, around the edges to make sure everything is nice and blended. I'm going to stick with that same 247 from Smith Cosmetics, and I'm going to grab the shade Blackberry. I'm going to tap this right on the outer corner, bringing it slightly into the crease, only about halfway. I'm going to smoke out just this outer portion. Small circular motions. Refer P21 in Alchemy 2.0. I'm going to apply this to the front portion of the lid first, then tap over that dark shade we just laid down, Blackberry. I'm going to go in with a little bit of MAC Blanc type on the same brush. I just cleaned it off on my pants, of course. I'm going to use this to highlight the brow arch. Wayne Goss 27S, going back in with Venom, buffing this right along the lower lash line. I'm going to leave a little bit of room right here. Refer 03, I'm taking the third shade in the palette and I'm going to use this Wet, and I'm going to apply that to the front portion that I left blank. Afterwards, I'm going to go add on some liner and lashes. For my lips, I used Cupid's Arrow Full Coverage Stylo in Arrow number 3 to line my lips, and then to fill them in, I used the lipstick in Wild Berry. Refer number 15, last shade in the palette, starting on the very outer corner. I'm going to start working it upward. I don't want this to be too dark up here, so I'm really taking my time and just using the excess and slowly building it up. I'm taking that same color, same brush, and I'm just going to work some of that color right onto the inner portion of the lid and inner corner. BK Beauty 202 and Rich Darling, placing this into the crease. I want to add some sheen, I guess. I'm going to go back and forth, applying a little bit to the inner corner, just right over top of the lash shade, buffing it into the skin. Esom W23 and Max Blanc type. I'm going to highlight the brow arch with this and kind of clean up right around the edges. Now I'm going to go in with Gem System on a Wayne Goss 26S. Starting off by applying that on the outer corner, kind of pressing it into the skin. Then I'm bringing it into the crease a little bit. Then the inner corner, making a little bit of a halo. I'm going to pop that really bright silver right on the center. I'm going to take my ring finger to apply the silver to the lid. I'm going to tap it on. And then start blending it out. Sonia G Pencil Pro Lash Shade in the palette, applying this right underneath the lower lash line. Rich Darling on a Refer 03. I'm going to buff this right on the lower lash line, just a little bit closer to the lashes. Luxuriance on a BK Beauty 204. Applying a little of this right on the inner corner. And then I am going to go add on my liner and lashes. I finished off the look with liner, Kiss Ritzy lashes, and then Nabla Cupid's Arrow in the shade Arrow number 1. Zoeva 227 and the shade Nothing Personal. Starting on the outer corner, tapping this into place. This is the kind of color I would wear all over my lid and blend it up for a smoky eye. I love these bright shades. I'm going to focus this on the outer corner to smoke it out. Bring the excess into the crease area, but I want to make sure the majority of the color is just on the outer portion of the eye. I'm going to take this shade on a rougher number 14, starting by applying it into the crease on the outer corner, blending slightly upward. I am purposefully not putting too much down at a time, so I don't want this to get too dark, but I do want to add a little bit of depth and dimension and a little bit of that shine instead of using the really dark matte. Dissolution on a Sonia G Builder 3. Packing this on the outer half of the eye. I'm going back in with that last shade I used, same brush, just bringing it up just a little bit higher. So I felt like once I laid that last shade down, I feel like I couldn't see this as much, so I just want to bring it up just a little bit. Now I'm going to take Alaska on a MAC 242. I'm first going to highlight the brow arch. And I'm also going to apply this to the front of the lid, the inner corner. I am getting quite a bit of fallout, just so you guys know. Going back in with this color on a rougher 03, I am going to buff this right along the lower lash line. For my lips, I used my liner in collaboration with Christian Audette in the shade Kitten. And then on top of that, I applied the Metropolitan lipstick. To finish off the eyes, I kind of did a mixture of things for this look. I used my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner all over the lid right here, but then I went over that with my liquid liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you get close, you can see the edge of Pillow Talk sticking out, but I wanted to have that bold black there as well, and then Kiss Ritzy lashes. And I smudged a little bit of Pillow Talk right underneath, and there's Milk Boss liner on my top and lower waterline. All right, that is it. Let's get into my thoughts. These palettes are absolutely amazing. None of them are lackluster. None of them did not work out for me. I have my favorites, of course, but these are ultra pigmented. The metallics are ultra metallic and wet looking. Yeah, these are phenomenal. My favorite palette among the bunch is the Wild Berry. I love the look I got out of this. I love this shade right here, Alchemy 2.0. I want to say that they had an Alchemy in another palette, but I can't seem to remember it right off the top of my head. This though, it gets me every time. I could probably have a million of these shades and it's still just going to get to me. I love the reflect of it. I love the way it looked on my eyes, and this is something that you could go in with wet if you wanted a little bit more of like that smooth metallic type of finish. But the glitter and everything in here, the reflect is so, so beautiful. The mattes in here, phenomenal. You guys can watch me take the shade and just go into the crease on the outer corner and just use it one time, just like one dip in there, and it just goes and it blends and it has pigmentation. It's amazing. So of the three, this one is definitely my favorite. The one that I think that I would end up using the most, just because it's more on the natural, like the everyday type of tones, would be the Platinum, and you're not going to be disappointed. Let me just quickly swatch these two silver shades in the center. Liquid, look at this. It's just amazing. amazing. And I didn't use these wet on my eyes, but if I wanted to, like, look at that. It's like liquid metal. And again, zero issues with this palette, as well as the one that I used today. That pink, that neon pink, oh, I'm so here for the neon trend. Like, I love it so much. I am 100% not kidding when I say I could take this shade and just go all over my lid into the crease and kind of buff it out. Probably wouldn't go as high as I did today, but have that all over this in the corner and it would just be everything. I love that they included something so bright in this palette. It just really wakens the whole thing up. You take that out, it's kind of like, okay, then you add that in, it's just so pretty. This one was a little bit more crumbly, so when you apply it, you have to be a little bit more careful unless you're going to use it wet, and then you're going to get a little bit more opacity out of it, and it's going to be easier to apply. But I used that dry on my lid right here and I just kind of packed it on. This one, I used it softer in my crease because I didn't want it to be too dark, and that's why I didn't like really pack it on with anything. I specifically used a blending brush because I didn't want it to be too impactful, but if you do, this one packs a punch as well. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. For me, all three of these are an absolute hit. The only thing I can say that you might not like is you might get a little bit of fallout, but even then, it's just, to me, they are so beautiful and so well made. Now, for the lip stylos and the lipsticks, my favorite lipstick is the one that I'm wearing right now in Metropolitan. It's just something that I will get the most use out of. And then my favorite stylo, of course, it's the nude ones. This is Arrow #1. I showed it to you earlier. It's just so pretty. It is so pretty. So those are my favorites when it comes to those. Now, I haven't worn either of these all day to tell you like longevity wise, but I could just tell you that the lipsticks are very comfortable and creamy on the lips. And then these are more of a matte formula. Anywho, that is it, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Know that I love you. I'm thinking of you. And I hope everyone is safe and sound. I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.